I can.
I left a microphone in the kitchen. So. And apparently we're causing all kinds of damage. All right, cool. So the microphone's working now. Amber's going to go ahead and replace the camera back where it belongs. And we're going to get our lives back together. She was here for 12 seconds and managed to tangle all the cords. Middle lab. Here, married lab, rather. Here we are. So today's game, we're going to be playing a light casual game. Mostly with something else in focus. The game doesn't matter for the most part for what we're trying to get out of it. Our goal today is to kind of adapt to the game of, or this new game world of note taking. As in, for those of you who are unfamiliar or not, who are unfamiliar yet, in a recent comprehensive ruling update, those who decide what is and isn't cool in the game of HeroClix decided that note taking is going to be cool with a non-digital device at the table, which is a shame because I have a nice electronic one then. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch, man. It's cool. You write on it and then you hit a button and that's it. I keep doing that on the hopes that somebody at WizKids is like, hey, that is actually pretty cool, and I think I would let that happen. I know as a judge I would. So that said, we're gonna be flopping over to the game in a minute. I'll tell you what you guys what the teams are now, and then we're gonna go over why we're doing what we're doing. So Amber's team this week, it's going to be Teen Titans theme team with Raven, Bumblebee, Beast Boy, Nightwing, Cyborg. It's Rebirth stuff, so keep it new, keep it fresh. My team is going to be Defiance theme team with Jericho, Rose Wilson, Tara, Power Girl. Nothing special about the teams. We're trying to focus today on making sure note-taking we can adapt to the new rules of note-taking, do it quickly, do it fundamentally within the time limits that were allotted, so on and so forth. And we're also trying out different notebooks too. Amber is bringing this cutesy little small one. I'm bringing a big honking actual notebook. Because the rules specifically state that you can write notes about the game state, typically points and whatnot, and pick powers, but there's lots of stuff you can write about the game state. So we're going to take our different notes. We're going to see how the game flow goes and adjust to that. And this gives us an idea of where we're going for the future of this game. So with that said, normally I would go to title screen, but I'm going to have to change to the game scene to see if, everything here is wrong. So I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to turn off the mic for a second while we do that and fix the camera scene. We're going to flop to the game right after that. All right, guys, be loud in a second.
decided to make these teams based on the fact that there's a fair amount of perplex in them because that's something you're going to want to track. And also, both Nightwing and Beast Boy have a pick-up power to a sense. Like, Beast Boy gets to pick his animal, and that gives him corresponding powers. And then Nightwing, he is like close combat expert, range combat expert, perplex, or outwit. He gets to choose one of those. So I didn't want to go overboard on like everybody having pick power and going there. With the Defiance guys, they don't have as much in the fact of like Power Girl gets to pick either outwit or perplex, and she has another like until your next turn kind of thing. She gets to choose what size she is. So like there is some decisions that are there that these are all like kind of standard, not necessarily like what we think of when we say pick a power characters, but this is stuff that you come across more often where you get kind of choice characters where you get to take a free action and then choose, and that's stuff that's very easy to lose track of, but can be very easy to keep track of while we're doing our note taking here.
So contrary to Amber's point, I don't think you really need to use a note taking to track perplex until you're doing perplex en masse or complicated perplexes. A team like the X-Men teams that have like 5 or 6 characters that can explicitly track or explicitly perplex up each other will be able to are probably the best for that kind of thing. So like I have Cyclops, 3 Wolverines and whatnot, so I need to track which Wolverine or which Deadpool or which character is getting the bumped up perplex. You give me such all these characters I'm angry about. Living proof that Amber doesn't watch the Metal Lab is when you see the teams I get stuck with.
You have me build teams, I build teams.
All right. So that aside, I guess we should roll to those for me. Who's going first?
Yes.
I got a +4. I got a 12. Hey, look at that.
You're going first.
All right. So I think Power Girl has super strength, so there's that. All right. So that aside, what things am I going to be keeping track of course? Obviously, we're going to do our best to keep track of points. And what I would usually do in the midst of a game, I'd say, hey, Amber, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Pleasure. So that's Raven, Bumblebee, Beast Boy, Cyborg, and Nightwing, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Cyborg is a 50-point dial?
Yeah.
So what click number does he start on?
That's click 3.
3. Okay, and everybody else is on top?
No, Nightwing is lower dial too. He starts on click 3.
Also click 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I know where they started. I kind of wrote myself a little note. Now I don't have to think about it.
That's right.
These are these things. I come from a Magic background. I tracked everything, including what my opponent would have in their hand when I got a little peek from little discard effects and whatnot, which is within their rules as well. And game state is game state. So I'm going to be pushing the limits of what I could be paying attention to while also not eating into the clock. I don't know how Amber plans on writing her notes. She's just looking at me like, I don't know. Obviously, I believe it's assumed that the notes have to be, public domain. So if Amber wants to see them at any time,
If I could read your writing.
If you could read my writing, I write like a doctor. So, all right. That aside, I also have to know what my characters do.
That helps.
They all have the remember we're good guys trait. Power Girl's traded with super strength and can change size. Cool. And does she have that? She has that. So choose Outwit or Perplex until your next turn. Cool. Mind Control, Running Shot. Cool. Terra, rock-based power pun here. Oh, she's got the barrier thing. As you can see, we were of the utmost of preparation before this game. I have all of my stuff out, and although I don't know what Amber was doing in here in the kitchen while I was setting up all the technology and knocking over cameras.
Clearly nothing.
And Rose is mostly traits. Okay. All right. I guess it's the way we go. So I'm going to get energy drink in me because I'm dying. I'm going to hit the button that starts the timer. We're going to go with a 45-minute time limit.
All right.
And I'm going to not look at that for the rest of the game, I hope. Okay. So what's Power Girl going to do? She's got super strength. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that is traded. I'm going to go here, and Power Girl's going to grab the TV. I forgot to roll leadership for Jericho, but that's just like a habit thing of mine. Jericho flies again. Great. Tara flies. Cool. So she's in fact going to sidestep, carrying Rose Wilson to here. Or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I was to actually be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, sidestep. Yeah, we'd end up getting around here with Tara from here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To there. Almost extra jumped that. Alright, so I'm going to take free action. I'm going to choose Perplex with, I don't have to write that down to be honest, because it's just, and I'm going to Perplex up Power Girl's defense. I'm just going to write a little note for myself, PGD. And I'm going to pass the turn to Amber at this point.
Alright, let's see. Let's roll for leadership on Nightwing because why not? He succeeds.
That's why not.
He's
Because
the
now
leader.
you're going to fail next turn.
He's the leader, yo. Okay, so Raven is able to carry 3 people as long as they share a keyword with her. And she doesn't care about whether they're a flyer or not. So she can carry Bumblebee. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She's gonna move to there, bring everybody with her.
Cool.
Throw everybody. Throw down. Alright.
Welcome to the Throwdown.
And Beast Boy is going to choose Gorilla, which gives him super strength, Quake, and ignore elevated.
Cool.
And he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, pick up that object, 5, 6, 7. And he's going to end up here. Up here. There's Beast Boy. So, at least until my next turn, he is holding that object.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
All right. So for my turn, start of my turn, I'm going to roll leadership for Jericho. Jericho gets a 1. Doesn't get leadership. All right. Power Girl is going to take free action again and choose Perplex. And then she's going to Perplex D. So I'm going to continue to PGD on my thing. It's going to get squared on it. Tara. She's probably going to use a free barrier this time. No, it's not free this time. Barrier. Okay, why did I think she had some kind of free barrier? Might be thinking of the other one. I'm going to have to clear my terrible team after I sidestep with Tara to here. Dropping Miss Wilson. Actually, I'm going to sidestep to here with Rose Wilson here, right on the edge of our map.
Oh, hello.
And then I'm going to clear everybody with action tokens this turn. So that's a +1 defense on Power Girl is really the only thing worth noting. Go ahead.
Okay. At the beginning of my turn, he drops the object underneath him.
You're not a gorilla again, are you?
I am not until I choose again, because it's a free action, but it's only until my next turn, and then he loses super strength. We're gonna sidestep with Cyborg and take this object
Okie doke.
with him. Excuse me.
Tired of making excuses for you.
Let's see. What's Power Girl's defense right now?
17 printed with the +1 from the Perplex.
Okay. She doesn't have any defense powers?
Impervious.
Impervious. Okay. Sorry. One. Thing is going to choose Perplex.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to perplex up Bumblebee's attack.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. He has to move to be able to see Bumblebee.
Cool.
First.
Thanks for not cheating anymore.
Yep.
Thank you for ceasing your cheating.
Yes. Sorry, for some reason I thought Raven was Nightwing.
I'm sorry, that was a choice to choose Perplex?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a free action to choose one of his abilities. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna perplex up her attack, and then she is going to running shot to here attacking Power Girl.
Okay, so it's 11 on an 18.
And that is a 7.
I'm going to theme prob it.
And that is an 8.
Sure.
That hits.
For 3?
Yes.
Oh, I got impervious. Ha!
Oh.
In impervious we trust, though we don't usually.
So she gets an action for that. And let's see. Raven is going to perplex up Bumblebee's defense, and then I will figure.
Cool. Alright, leadership on Jericho. Not that, of course, he's not next to Power Girl, right? Alright. We're going to go crazy here. We're going to sidestep Terra to here.
Alright.
Alright. Now, that's shape change on dial for Beast Boy?
Yes.
Okay. Power Girl is going to choose Colossal, which gives her +1 to her stats. She's going to take a free action to choose Outwit. She's going to Outwit Beast Boy's shape change. And we're going to charge with Rose Wilson on Beast Boy. Actually, we're here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go this way around. So it's going to be 11 attack on a 17 defense. I need a 6. That's 4. So we're going to have Terra theme prob it. We're down to 2 theme probs. That'll hit.
Alright.
And that's for 4 damage. Because I have Empower from Terra.
Okay. And, any damage or...
Well, if you have a reducer, you reduce.
Okie dokies.
Is that super senses?
Yes.
Alright. Let's go crazy. Nobody is. That's after resolutions. Huh. And you... Oh, sorry, we discussed that. You have super senses. I actually think I need to try to kill you. Alright, so Terra is going to take an actual action this turn, because her only action took was from Prob. 10 attack on a 16 defense. I need a 6. That's a hit. Super senses.
Super senses 5.
Cool. Neat. Alright. Then we're going to have Jericho. He's going to running shot mind control somebody. And it's going to be running shot mind control on Cyborg.
Ooh.
So it's a 10 attack against 17 defense.
Yep.
See if I get you. Yes, I do. You're mine, Cyborg.
Alright.
Cyborg's gonna go. Oh, he's carrying this object. Here. And he's going to shoot at Bumblebee.
Yep.
11 on 18. Need a 7.
19 because Raven upped her defense.
Did you? I don't remember that. Okay. Still a hit. With knockback. And I'm going to do that knockback.
Alright. So she's going to take 2 because of her toughness. And then get knocked back 2.
Okay, so Bumblebee's taking 2. Beast Boy's taking 4. Okay, question is, can I finish her? I'm going to try. I'm going to charge. With Power Girl. It's going to be a 12 attack on Bumblebee. She's colossal.
Charge her. Oh, yes, she is. So, still +1 on the defense.
I'm +1 on my attack, so 12 on a
18.
12 and an 18. Need a 6. That's a hit.
That's it.
With the object, by the way.
Alright.
So that's 5 damage coming at you. Reducers.
4,
I
1,
do not have willpower.
3, 4 is enough to kill Bumblebee.
Okay, Bumblebee's 50 or 75?
She was 75.
Okay, cool. 75 points. All right. Aside from that, I am done. That was a hectic turn. Thank you, leadership.
It was? That it was. Alright, leadership on Nightwing, even though he's the only one that action. Alright. Let's see.
A new tool to add noise to the Game of Hero Clicks, right?
Really?
Because it's bad enough that we don't hear enough of this.
I twirl my dice usually. Okay. Beast Boy is going to choose Octopus.
Yeah.
Which gives him Flurry, Plasticity, Dolphin.
Sure thing.
I just want the Flurry. Nightwing is going to choose Perplex.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to Perplex up Beast Boy's attack. And Beast Boy is going to attack Terra because Rose Wilson has combat reflexes.
Yep, and Terra has energy shield.
Okay. So that'll be 10 on 17 for first attack.
Okay.
That is a 10.
I'm going to prob it with Rose Wilson because that's an opposing attack.
Yeah. That's a 7, so that hits.
So 2 becomes 1?
2, yep.
Wait, nope. 2 becomes 2 because I don't... Oh, no, I have 1. I have toughness. Oh, jeez, really? Yeah, that's right. So I'm like, yeah, it's a Terra second 2.
Yeah, because she pushed.
I know.
Yeah.
I was there.
Second attack.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Sure it is. 1 more. Okay. Cool.
Okay, that's an action token on Beast Boy.
Yes.
That's from token.
Hmm.
There we go. Alright, Cyborg. He's gonna sidestep.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You're still the same place, yeah?
He's going to shoot at Jericho. He has Psychic Fire. Penetrating Psychic Blast.
Yep. You get a 6. That's 3.
Misses. Raven has Prob. That still misses.
It's a 5.
That is a 5.
You should have hit that.
Yeah. Alright.
Apparently my anti-luck ray is working.
Yeah. Let's see.
She says in a nervous chuckle.
Raven hasn't used her Perplex. She will Perplex up Nightwing's defense, and it'll be your turn.
Alright. Leadership on Jericho. Yeah, good job, bud. Power Girl's gonna go Colossal again, because she's in hindering right now. I'm not too worried about that. She's gonna take free action. Choose Perplex. You should probably take the action token off of Nightwing, who did nothing last turn.
You're right. I should.
And you can take Bumblebee's smoking boots there too.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm too far now. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I'm gonna choose Perplex. Jericho. is going to try to mind control Cyborg again, I think.
Okay.
With perplexed up attack from Power Girl. So that'll be an 11 attack this time on Cyborg's 17 defense. I need a 6. That's 4. That's terrible. So I now take a click of damage. Okay, I'm going to outwit the special power on Nightwing. Hold on. What is that? Special power is what allows you to pick powers?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to outwit that. And then I'm going to clear with the rest of my team. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Anyway, he's gonna roll leadership because yay.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna attack Jericho.
Okay.
He is gonna incapacitate Jericho
Sure.
because
I have him vulnerable.
and I only do 2 damage.
That's right.
I'm gonna incapacitate you to do damage.
Sure thing.
I need a 7.
Yeah.
That's not
That's a
7.
5.
Raven will prob it.
Sure.
That's
a critical miss. You should probably try some of those theme probs next time.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that was something.
No, it wasn't. That was absolutely nothing. That was the shut up Jason face if I've ever seen it.
Yep.
So Nightwing has taken 1.
Alright. I'm clearing.
Sure. Sure you are. Alright. Free action with Power Girl. We're going to choose Colossal. Is that combat reflexes?
It is.
I'm going to outwit it with Jericho.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to grab an object and charge with Power Girl. Targeting Nightwing. It'll be 12 attack on a 17 defense.
Alright.
I need a 5. That's a 7.
And that's hitting for...
So it's an object, so it's going to be for 5. 6. Because I get +1 on all my stats? Yeah.
That is a Nightwing. Good.
Okay, he's 50, right?
Yeah.
So 75 plus 50 puts me at 125. Alright. Just get rid of that 75. Okay. Power Girl's going to take a free action. She's going to choose Outwit. She's going to outwit Beast Boy's charge. And I'm going to Force Blast Beast Boy with Terra.
Okay.
2 damage.
2 damage.
What? How are you still alive? So Beast Boy's taking 6? Oh no, he's taken 5 because you had toughness on the first click.
Yes.
That's why my numbers are messed up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever. Charge on Beast Boy. Using Quake. If for whatever reason you don't die.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Super senses?
Yeah.
Failed. This boy did.
Alright. And Jericho will clear. And it is now your turn. And Beast Boy was 60?
Yep.
So I'm at 185. Cool.
Yep. Alright, Raven's gonna perplex up her attack, and you're in stealth, aren't you?
Who's that?
Rosebud.
In that outfit?
Fair. Yeah, okay. 12 on 18.
12 on, 18 because I'm in hindering.
That's a 7.
I'm going to prob it with Rose Wilson because you are an opposing character.
Yes, I am. That's a 5.
12 on an 18. That's a miss.
Yes, it is. Raven will prob it.
Okay.
Prob. That's still a miss.
12 on an 18. You should do math.
Alright, that is a hit.
That's a 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Raven has taken no damage yet, eh?
No.
It's problematic. Because she's got mystics and I've got guys who've taken damage.
Sister?
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot at Rose Wilson.
Okay.
11 on 18.
Yep.
Need a 7. That one's a 7.
3.
Yes.
Okie doke.
And that's my turn. So use my perplex.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Jericho's gonna outwit Super Senses on Raven. Power Girl's gonna choose Colossal. And she's gonna grab this object and charge on Raven.
Yep.
So it'll be a actually, before we do that too, I'm going to choose Perplex and Perplex up attack. So it is now a 13 attack, and that's a 17 defense.
Yes, it is.
So I'm going to need a 4. That's a hit, thank goodness. With the object for 5. Then I'm going to deal my super strength knockback on you.
4, 5. Into here?
Yeah.
For
I
another
take 1 for the mystics on the attack.
Alright, well, she's dead.
Okie doke. That Raven is 65, so 5. Carry the 1. 6 plus 5. So I'm at 255. Right, that doesn't seem right. Is she 65?
Mm-hmm. Should be 260? No.
Because I've killed... Hold on. So 75 and...
75 and 50.
Yeah, that's
is
125.
Yeah, 125. And
Plus
then 60
60.
and 65 is another 125, so it should be 250.
Where did I do my math wrong? Great. Alright. 125. 60, 25. Yeah, 250. I don't know. Oh, I put a 5 instead of a 0. That was my problem. Okay. So that's Raven dead. You have invulnerable still?
Yes.
Okay. That did kill her. So... Oh, I also push here. Cool, I'm just going to go ahead and outwit Cyborg's invulnerable.
Who's outwitting?
Power Girl. Who is, I don't think, any longer Colossal. No, she's Colossal because that's a trait. So, outwit invulnerable. Running shot. 10 against a 17. Need a 7. That's a hit for 2 on Cyborg. Then I've got the remember we're the good guys trait. I'm going to roll a 6. That means I heal 1 on Jericho, which puts him back to top. That's fine. I'm going to clear, and I'm going to clear those 2. Go ahead, Amber.
I will perplex up my defense and clear.
Mm-hmm. So that would make it an 18 defense. I could always outwit the Perplex and just Psychic Blast. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna outwit the Psychic Blast, or the Perplex. I'm going to Psychic Blast with Jericho. 10 on 17. Need a 7. That's a miss. I'm going to Theme Prob it with Rose Wilson. This is a great turn, this turn, Jason. That'll turn into a hit for 2. That's a game. Oh man, I kind of like this now. The notes I am taking. The ability to take notes is strong. We'll talk about it in the camera in a second. Amber, share your feelings.
I will have lots of feelings once we're focused on the camera, but my initial reaction is I don't like it. I don't think there's anything wrong with it or bad with it. I find it too distracting for me to try and take notes.
It's certain things you don't need. I noticed you're taking too many notes.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, we're gonna go silent in a second, and we'll move along.
Hello. Okay, it's just me for a minute. One of our children came down and unfortunately has been sick. So Jason is dealing with that right now. One of the things is that we were definitely setting up this game as a kind of trial run as to what to be taking notes on, how to be taking notes. I know Jason is going to talk more on it about my note taking, as I'm a little too overtly focused in some ways. Like, I know I was basically taking notes. I didn't bring my notebook with me to show you guys, but basically it was like turn by turn, what got outwitted, what got perplexed, what powers got picked. Like, in a way, sometimes that's good, because there was one point where I had perplexed up one of my defenses, and Jason hadn't caught that perplex, and I was like, no, it's right here in my notes. I did this. So one of the things like that is good, but also I personally find it a little overwhelming, but that is down to it's the first time trying this, doing notes like this, and just having the doing too much at once, and that's something that all comes with practice. I mean, everything in this game comes with practice, and yeah. So a lot of the stuff can be changed with practice and learning what kind of notes are the best to take. I think one of the biggest things for me is that I want my notebook to be bigger, because I think I want to have kind of a running in the margin, because the notebook I used was very small. It doesn't have margins. So I kind of want in the margin, like, where how many points are being scored and that sort of thing, where I was doing it turn by turn where points were being scored. So it was an interesting trial run to get this in there as to try it out, but I would definitely change pretty much everything that I did. How is your note taking?
I don't know. I didn't hear yours, so that I can say everything you said was wrong. Oh. So first things first, I think everything I pictured about it was absolutely correct. We haven't had the hardcore stuff, and Amber really wanted to say, when I first presented the, hey, what can we do in the next game? She wanted to focus on a bunch of ideas about note taking. She took like the weeniest route to do it, because things you want to track with this note taking: big time perplex and massive amounts of pick a power. She chose characters who are very limited in pick a power. So it was pretty simple to keep track of these things without having to write it on the paper. So I think in a world where like a Unimind is the case, along with like say a Lockjaw, and then you add in like a guy with exospecs, like a Star Fox with exospecs, that's when you have to start writing things down. Excuse me. As far as Clicks of Life, I was kind of enjoying that, though I wasn't using it. Keeping score was kind of useful, although I screwed up my math towards the end there and then realized where I'd done the math wrong. Not a big deal. I mean, again, it's on a smaller scale, less of a wide scale. Oh my gosh. Like, here's the thing. We tried this on the weakest possible scale. And that was basically a sealed game for all intents and purposes. And I don't think we got the right test margins to say yeah or nah. I think we need a bigger thing, because I had a huge piece of paper and I was using like maybe a tenth of it. But then I'm looking at it like, okay, well, if I have to deal with another guy, I'm going to be taking notes all game about it and that kind of stuff. So I think the Clicks of Life ended up becoming like just a minor thing. Like, how many clicks have I done to that guy? Oh yeah, and then I even screwed it up myself, and I think I'm going to do that a lot. So I'm going to have to just figure out my way around that. It wasn't time consuming in any way, shape, or form. I got to teach Amber how to shorthand. Amber hasn't gone to college or university, so she hasn't been required to take notes from a rambling voice in the front of a classroom that isn't writing on a chalkboard or a whiteboard. You know what I mean? A college or university professor will have a slideshow on the board, and you'll miss something at the end of the slide if you're trying to write full form notes. You have to, and you go wait, and the professor's gonna be like, "Nah, man, I'm on a time limit here, brah." So, all of these things will come with a little bit more familiarization, and once I've explained to Amber what the best way to keep notes is, or my way of keeping notes, so as to adjust her way of keeping notes, I think she'll have a better opinion of how it's going to. Is it just my ears ringing or something ringing? Just me going crazy. Okay. So yeah, I was less focused. I mean, the game was. The Defiance guys worked. Especially helped that Amber made like 3 misses that had no business being misses. It's just like, okay, cool. I used the Defiance trait once, because almost every hit after that was a KO, except for Terra, who knocked back what's his name, Beast Boy, off of the thing. Otherwise, like, there was 2 guys on first click. Okay, good. So all things considered, so yeah, game like I said was minor to keeping track of how we're going to keep track. Another thing that was really working for me is the fact that I had a pen in my hand at all times. I'm a flip and fidgeter. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that action tokens were in the game, or like I use poker chips as action tokens, or anything else that's on the side that I can fidget with, I'd be doing backflips at my table. Okay, I can't do a backflip, but I'd be doing something akin to dancing around at my table or whatever. So, having a pen in my hand to wiggle around all the time was a slightly less distracting thing. Plus, I had the pen ready to go to track whatever information I had. And because my brain power for tracking was massively reduced as far as the level of importance I had on it, I was able to focus more on the game. And I think that was part of why I was able to just through the game and just kind of manage things, because I was able to react very quickly, track very quickly, manage very quickly. And I think all of that is important with being able to take notes properly at a table.
That's right.
So we'll work on that. And the other challenge was I wanted to see how a little piece of paper versus a big piece of paper was going to go. I think we're going to get Amber a big old notebook. Okay, big for her. Big for her. It'll be like my size journal. We'll get her a little journal with as spine backs. I believe the note taking, if it's anything like Magic the Gathering, the insistence is that it's public and my opponent can look at it. Whatever. Read my doctor hand. Like that, what's on my paper is not as important as the truth. And that's the thing is like while we're both keeping score on the table, you still have to go back to the end of the game and track that score and do the math yourselves, because your notes during the game are not to be trusted, and you're both as players supposed to be taking notes. Your notes should reflect what's going on in your mirror of the world. Their notes should reflect theirs. You compare notes, and if there's a discrepancy, you're still going to have to do the math in the end. So I think that's a major note. I don't know. What do you want to add to that?
I don't have anything to add.
You don't have anything else to add? I don't even know what you said. I was upstairs dealing with our daughter who threw up all over herself. It was beef hot dog everywhere. It was the nightmare. It was Costco hot dog.
All I did was say that Jason was busy having one of our children got sick, and he goes into gory details about it.
That was just to make you feel bad. Well, so what else is up, Amber? It's been a week since we've last done this show. Usually we give it 2 weeks. So
That's true. Absolutely nothing, because I don't get out to HeroClix anymore. So
I haven't been to HeroClix too. I've been with you the entire time, except for last night when I was at Ring of Honor. Oddly enough, I'm surprised I have a voice still. I was yelling a lot.
That's true.
I think hydration made a major factor in it.
Yeah.
If you're going to go to a wrestling event, make sure you're hydrated beforehand. If you're not going to be drinking water while you're there, because you're going to be yelling.
Yep.
That aside, what have you thought of the previews so far?
I haven't looked at them.
So I'm the only one posting. I'm on top of this, man. Like, at least somebody's on top of our social. I'm going to strip you of your title of social media manager for Married with Clicks.
Yeah. That's actually fair. I don't know the last time I posted. Actually, it's kind of funny because they have these like titles and badge things now for Facebook groups, and I got a badge the other day as I'm a visual storyteller for our group, because all I do is post links to our videos.
She's got all the links. You want a link? She got the link. She got your hookup for the link. You know what? I just realized there was 7 minutes left in the game.
Oh wow, the game went by fast. That game went like. I'm kind of glad that we were doing that as a trial run to just test out taking notes, essentially, because damn, that game sucked. I think that's another thing of, and again, the practice, the getting used to it, the cutting down on trimming what I'm taking notes on, blah, blah, blah.
Shit,
I didn't focus on anything because I was like, oh, I gotta make sure I take notes. And then, like, my strategy suffered. Or, like, my gameplay suffered because I'm too focused in other areas. And I don't like that. That's not anything that anybody else will have problems with. This is a me problem going into this. This is not something that I expect will be a thing for anybody
You're
but
seriously
me.
right. My notes. Come on. Like, seriously, it's that chicken scratch there, chicken scratch there, a couple things up there. Amber here has long form 2 pages.
That's no long form.
Compared to what you should be writing. You're right. You wrote the whole word gorilla there.
Yeah.
What did I write when you wrote Beast Boy Gorilla? Because I figured that was gonna be. Oh, I wrote B-Boy Gorilla. But I also didn't write anything since. Because... Yo, you didn't write it again. I think you wrote it there, and then you learned by the time you're here, like, okay.
No, because I was going to, and then got distracted by other things. I fully intended to write down that he became an octopus.
I actually think you had an OC somewhere.
Maybe. I didn't like it.
This is going to be.
I was not a fan of this. But
Amber,
that again has nothing to do with the ability to take notes. It is going to be good for pretty much everybody in the game but me. And that's nothing to do with anybody else.
She will be singing a different tune by next week. I guarantee.
All I wanted is track points. That's all I need to do. Just stop everything else with track points. Just fuck it.
Language.
Nah.
Amber, on the channel.
20 seconds.
What's that?
So it's not the first 30 seconds before.
Yes, but Amber, we're trying to keep it clean. Anything else you want to say before we start taking questions?
Nope.
All right, if you're in the chat live, put in capital letters, all caps, question. If you have a question for us right now. I also want to take a second to thank our patrons over at patreon.com/MarriedWithClicks. Look at me, I have to lean in here because I don't...
Now you know how I feel.
No, I have no idea how you feel because you kind of sneak your way in here. And you also somehow...
There's a table there now. This doesn't move any further.
Don't understand how you... You know what it is? It's just more of me to put on the screen, right? Like, if we switch this, you will be completely in the frame, and I'm not going to be halfway in the frame.
You could also do this.
No, that's thinking, Amber. Yeah, now everything is screwed up for when I use it next. No, I will not. I'm not even going to read that on screen.
You should see him react to our children.
I ground my children when they do that. I had this opened. Why must you open all of my chats, Facebook? This is why nobody likes you, Facebook. This is why nobody likes you. No, I will not. I still will not dab on stream. I mean, that's the closest thing addressing that question I'm gonna come. Like, seriously, why do these kids always want to do it?
God, stop.
I'm an old man. I shouldn't be doing that. Threw out my back the other day. Worth a shoot. All right. Doesn't look like there's any questions. So, chat, it's all on you. It's all on you guys. Because, that's the camera view anyway. Is anybody trolling the Married Lab? Troll the Married Lab? Nobody's trolling the Married Lab. All right.
No.
Cool.
Nobody's around tonight.
No, it's Friday.
It's
Everybody
Friday.
has lives. We're probably just going to go sit down and watch Star Trek after this.
Yes. And maybe drink some bevies.
I'm definitely drinking adult beverages. I'm surprised I haven't had one now, but that game went so quick, so.
Well, if you're going to pay us.
Oh, geez, hold on. There we go. Is that how we... Yeah, there. $10. Let's go. Money where your mouth is there, happy little hero clicks. Oh, you got to do it, too.
Oh,
No, you got to do it.
like this?
It's something like that. Yeah, there we go.
I don't know what all the cool kids are doing. Will you be sharing your note-taking suggestions for Amber? I'd love to hear them, too. I also wasn't a college person.
Yeah, actually, okay.
He doesn't have hair. You can't give somebody a noogie.
Yes, you can. Do it.
I will hurt myself.
Exactly. I wanted to see you hurt yourself. She punches me and she's like, ow!
Yeah, he's not wrong.
I'm not trying to be tough.
Yes, no, Jason was actually supposed to share all of his note-taking stuff on Into the Mind with Madness, but then he went to wrestling instead.
Villain Enterprises needed my love, even though everybody in Villain Enterprises at that ROH event lost. Yeah. But they needed my love. They needed Brody King needed me screaming, "Get him, Brody!" from the front row. This was required. And well, money where his mouth was. Yep. Okay, cool. The money was where his mouth was.
Awesome.
There we go. $10 super chat. Whee! And all we had to do was dab.
Oh my god. You're so big that like you can't even properly
I can't dab in frame. Hold on a second. Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Oh god. There we go.
There. Best $10 ever spent. Right there. You should see what I'll do for 20.
But yes, so he will be talking about doing his notes and stuff, and I know I'm gonna adapt my note taking. This was just a trial run. I need a bigger paper than this.
I can also show her how to take notes that are required on a piece of paper that size.
This is like the size of my face.
A lot of things the size of your face. Here, look.
But yeah, I mean, like, I was actually going. You're just gonna see a bunch of scribbles here. But I was actually going turn by turn and saying what was happening.
And there's no value in that information.
No, I mean, it did at one point help because I wrote down a perplex that you missed, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, and for that, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, I can definitely show you how to like take notes on something of this size, and it's not even a big deal because mostly what you should be tracking is numbers, right? Mm-hmm. Pick a power, for the most part, and this is going to be a standard. Pick a powers will last for the first like 15 turns. I don't foresee much in the way of changing.
I've never really had a problem with remembering pick powers, to be honest. Or I kind of go on the honesty track of, like, if that's what you said you did, sure.
See, and this is how you get fooled. This is how you. It's okay.
But like, and that's where I'm torn. Where it's like, do I rely on other people's memories because I know mine is crap? Or do I write every single thing down because I know my memory is crap? Like, I'm doing a play-by-play because I know I'm not going to remember it turn to turn.
And where I'm coming is, what do I need to remember? And what is one thing I don't want to have to remember so as to focus on the game?
Yeah, and that's a big thing is that Emily's saying tracking the score. That's going to be a big one, especially when you get into competitive tournaments where things come back, things get generated, ID cards are used.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to be fair, yesterday Jason asked me where he's like, hey, do you want to do this? So jump in an extra married lab because I'm going wrestling. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, do you have any ideas? I'm like, hey, we should do something for note taking and be like, let's choose pick power things and perplexity things. And then all of like 20 minutes before we actually started streaming, I threw together teams and put absolutely no forethought into putting teams together. And I pretty much BS'd my way into that intro where I'm just like, hey, here's perplex here, and this has a choice, and this has a choice, and made it sound like I had totally thought this all out when I was just being lazy because I've had an incredibly long day. I've been up since 5 o'clock. I worked, and then I went grocery shopping for many hours with my children. So last thing I wanted to do was actually put thought into building a team.
These sound like excuses.
They are excuses, and that's all you're gonna get from me.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, there's not going to be any more questions. I think we should call it a night because you're getting snippy at me. So, guys, thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching in the archives. We'll see you guys next week on Monday for the Meta Lab. Some more previews to talk about. And next Thursday, Into the Mind of Madness, as I let you guys know how my attempts to teach Amber how to track information ended up going. So, in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for watching. Check us out at patreon.com/MarriedWithClicks. Check out our sponsors at majesticccg.com/Apex-Insiders. And have yourselves a wonderful evening. And don't forget that for $10, I'm going to give him one more because he paid $10 for this. Happy to Eric Clicks got me to do this. I feel like a Fortnite character now. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Say goodbye to everybody. You need to see your face when you do that. Somebody out there is bound to be hearing impaired.